Hello and welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. A busy 10-day period. We've got Christmas, we've also got the rest of 2020 and the first couple of days of 2021. And it will be busy as far as the weather is concerned. A brief respite on Christmas Day itself, frosty, but for most it's dry and bright. Then it quickly turns very wet and windy through the weekend before much colder conditions for next week with, for some, snow. More on that in a moment, but of course it's already turned colder across the northern half of the UK at the time of recording, but it's very mild across much of central and southern England and Wales, where it's also very wet. Rain warning in force, further heavy rain to come during the rest of Wednesday. Then that all clears southwards during the early hours of Christmas Eve, whilst much colder northerlies spread across the whole of the UK, with some snow showers for northern Scotland, snow settling in places, particularly over the hills, some icy patches around first thing. There'll also be showers running down the coast of eastern England and even some sleet at lower levels, some snow over the North York Moors, for example, showers further west, but in between, plenty of sunshine, a much brighter day to come for the southern half of the country compared to recent days, but a much colder day to come with that brisk northerly breeze. -2 Celsius feels like temperature around that North Sea coast, but at least a brighter spell. And with clear skies overnight, if you're hoping for a festive flavour on Christmas Day, well, there won't be much snow around, but it will be all white on the night, I think, as far as a frost is concerned, because a widespread frost expected on Christmas Day, and in some places temperatures as low as -5 to -7 degrees in some sheltered spots. Turning milder by the start of Christmas Day in the west of Scotland and Northern Ireland as the winds arrive here and the cloud builds, even some spots of rain. Clouds spreading southwards, but for much of the country it's looking dry and bright. The best of the sunshine for many places Christmas Day morning, but largely dry and bright into the afternoon if you fancy a burning off the turkey post-Christmas lunch walk. It's looking largely fine. That is apart from the west of Scotland, where it does turn increasingly wet and windy. 4 or 5 Celsius in the south, 7 to 9 further northwest. This is a cold front, and well, if we trace it back, it joins up with an area of high pressure, which actually this high pressure is moving away from the UK for the time being on Christmas Day, and it's pushing further west across the Atlantic, building and allowing much warmer air to spread north across northeast Canada. Why does that matter? Because it clashes with this cold air around Greenland, fires up an energetic jet stream, which then starts to dip in the vicinity of the UK. So not only is it energetic, but it's diving south across the UK. It's deepening this area of low pressure, which is responsible through Boxing Day for increasingly wet and windy weather. Gales and heavy rain arriving into Scotland from the word go, the heaviest rain over western hills, and then turning increasingly wet further south as well later on Boxing Day. The wind's coming from the southwest, so not quite as cold, but not feeling very pleasant as the wind picks up. And it will be particularly wet and windy overnight into the start of Sunday. The heaviest rain over western hills, 50 to 60 mils in places, and that accompanied by even inland gales and gusts around coasts of 70 to 80 miles an hour. So disruption likely from the wind across England, Wales, southern Scotland overnight and into Sunday with, for example, ferry cancellations likely. This all does sweep southwards, so that by the afternoon on Sunday it's looking a lot brighter, still blustery, but the wind's coming down and the rain mostly clearing. But you can see low pressure now to the northeast of Scotland and cold air wrapped around it with some white appearing on the map, so an increased chance of some wintry showers coming through in the north and the west. Feeling colder later Sunday, and really that sets the theme for the start of next week, because we've got low pressure close to the northeast and spiralling around it we've got areas of showers and cold air coming in on this strong wind from the north. When you add up those two, cold and unsettled, well, it means there'll be a wintry flavour to the weather. What it means is that over higher ground, certainly some falling and accumulating snow across many parts of the UK. But at lower levels, it's the kind of setup where snow is very marginal. It will depend on time of day, it will depend on where you live, whether you're at the coast or inland, it will depend on how far north or south you are, it will depend on your exact elevation. It's that kind of setup that we often get in this country, where it would be very difficult at this lead time, certainly, to tell whether you're going to get rain or snow in your back garden. But it does look cold and it looks unsettled with that wind coming from the north and low pressure in place. All the ingredients are there for a mixture of rain and snow, icy patches as well, but it's not going to be raining or snowing all the time. There will be some brighter interludes in between. How about beyond the start of next week? Well, this chart shows the likelihood of high pressure or low pressure. High pressure is in red, low pressure is in blue, and it goes out to the beginning of January there. And really, let's focus on the days around Christmas there. That shows strong likelihood of high pressure in the latest model run. And then it turns strongly blue, strong likelihood of low pressure around the start of next week. But from Wednesday onwards, the reds start appearing again, and that means a greater chance of higher pressure building from around the middle of next week. A similar chart here shows likelihood of southerlies or northerlies as far as the wind's concerned, and little change through next week. Strong blues there, strong likelihood of northerly winds. So what that means is staying cold. And how that looks as far as the pressure pattern is concerned, well, Monday to Tuesday, low pressure there, unsettled, cold, areas of rain, sleet and snow rotating around that area of low pressure. Temperatures a few degrees below average. Still below average with a northerly on Wednesday and Thursday, but high pressure beginning to build in, low pressure losing its influence, so perhaps a better chance of some drier and brighter interludes, but still some of those wintry showers around. But then for the start of next year, well, high pressure, this is the signal, high pressure more likely to build in across the UK, settling things down, but staying on the cold side. So to summarise, next week staying cold, there'll be some wintry hazards around, rain, sleet, snow, ice, that sort of thing. But gradually through next week, it looks likely to turn a little more settled. Of course, we'll keep you updated if you follow us on social media, but well, from all of us at the Met Office, whatever your plans, have a nice Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.